Chosen one, the shift hit the spirit realm like thunder. They are finally aware you're not a regular person, and it feels to them like God tricked them. Now panic is spreading. They're realizing they didn't just attack someone with potential, they attacked someone marked by the Most High. They traded a divine being for a counterfeit, and now the universe is collecting the debt. This is in the most humble way. All respect to the master teachers, but you're following that path. You're claiming your position at the top of a hierarchy where you belong, where God called you to be. And I got the chills just saying this, because what I'm channeling is your enemies tried so hard. Since you were a child, since conception, it was an all-out war. This was a test from God, an initiation into mastering, and you being the master of your realm, you aced it. Come get some. That's what you were telling them. Every battle, and in the moment when you were going through these fights, it may not have felt like that, but the spirit realm saw it different. They always saw it as come get some, because every battle they sent your way, how was someone going to beat the master? You've mastered this realm. That's why you're the sovereign of your domain. How can anyone play mind games and wage spiritual war on someone who's already conquered all the challenges? You have all the weapons, and those weapons just end up as one sword that God gives you for defeating all these lower vibrations. You have the ability to trample over serpents. This ain't for no regular person. You kept slaying these individuals and walking away. And what it is these people have to give you what's yours, your rewards, your spiritual gifts, everything that was opposing you. Give us what's ours. We owned it. Actually, I meant to say we earned it, but I said we owned it, so you owned it. It was already yours. You're standing in your power. That's why in your life day to day you're seeing things in a whole new light. You're literally seeing the magic, the connection, the divine orchestration. These people were determined to break you. Family, whoever it was, they were filled with determination. But all you did was alchemize this heartbreak, this pain. You could be dealing with people coming from all angles, different energies trying to stop you. But darkness is always determined. People with nothing to lose are always determined in a war they've waged. And why is that? Because they have nothing left to lose. So the war was waged for a reason. If there's a war, it's because something you have is wanted or needed by those who don't have it. This person waged war on you because something you had was missing from their life, and this person knew it. This could be an ex-lover, somebody you were committed to. This person is feeling unhinged. I'm hearing "unbreak my heart," say you love me again, but we will not be singing any of that. Your enemy thought they found better, thought that grass was greener. There was impulsive activity here. This person impulsively went to this other connection, this other energy. They could have even married this person, got caught up because of who they chose. The person they left you for. You are not a regular person. This person left behind a divine being. I'm getting the message that they left a divine being for someone empty. God gave you the power to withstand this betrayal. This is crazy. Like leaving a deity for a deceiver. Like the story of Delilah and Samson. Like leaving the embodiment of love for someone hollow. Because you're not a regular person. This person had a decision to make. Two options existed. Who would receive the journey? Who would receive the investment? This person was focused on money. Who could deliver more success? Who looked like they possessed more? And illusion existed here. Some type of deception, thinking this third party had more than you. But you're so rich. You're an earth angel. You're godlike. With this divine energy, you're a manifestation of Mother Nature walking in physical form. An expression of God literally walking in the physical. This person made this impulsive decision, and warnings were given. What should have been done? They should have turned around and gone back to this divine energy. That was the order. Your enemies are being illuminated while they're stuck in whatever situation they foolishly entered. They chose wrong. They carry burden. They carry anger. In this past situation, you were treated like some type of option, like someone who could be settled for, but you were never an option. You were always just it. You were always divine. Now they want to come back. Baby, don't come back. They're trying to leave behind that current situation. They were waiting for you. They were doing some type of spell work, some type of magic to get you to come back. But we already have our match. We already have our pair. But here's what you need to understand. This wasn't random. This wasn't just one jealous person. This was organized, coordinated, multiple people working together with one goal: stop you from reaching your destiny. People were doing black magic on your energy. A group of people, they need to give you what's yours. This group tried to take your destiny. The universe is letting you know they tried to make you homeless. They tried to cause you problems. They sent somebody to put graveyard dirt on you. Some of these people were doing elemental magic, mental magic. This graveyard dirt was supposed to affect your mental state. God has no remorse. The universe said you get what you put out. Why would multiple people team up against one person? Because they sensed something in you that terrified them. They recognized power that threatened their control. They saw potential that made their own limitations obvious. Your very existence was a mirror, showing them everything they're missing, everything they'll never achieve, everything they're too frightened to become. So they worked together, family members jealous of you, co-workers threatened by your gifts, people in your spiritual community who couldn't handle that your light shined brighter. They united in their mission to block you. If this resonates with your inner knowing, hype this video to help fellow chosen ones find their way here. The universe was watching them the whole time. Every meeting they held, every spell they coordinated, every strategy session where they pooled their knowledge trying to find your weakness. God was in the room, not to stop them, but to document, to record, to gather evidence for the cosmic court case that's being decided right now in your favor. You want to know why they're panicking right now? Because the bills are arriving, the spiritual invoices for everything they tried to charge to your account. The universe is saying, oh, you wanted to curse their finances. Here's your bill. You wanted to destroy their mental health. That'll cost you your peace of mind. You wanted to block their destiny. Consider your own path officially obstructed. What's really eating at them is the realization that they got played. The whole time they thought they were running the game. They thought they held puppet master status. They thought they were orchestrating your downfall. But God was orchestrating them, using their own darkness to illuminate your light, using their own attacks to activate your ascension. Every battle they sent your way, every challenge they threw at you. How was anyone going to beat the master? You've mastered this realm. That's why you're the ruler of your domain. How can mind games be played and spiritual war be waged on someone who's already conquered? You have all the power, and those battles just end up as one sword that God gives you for defeating all these lower vibrations. You have the ability to trample over serpents. You kept defeating these individuals and walking away. This was meant to happen. If some organization or group was coming up against you, it was meant to happen. It was divine. You were the ultimate alchemist. Every battle they sent became another testimony. Every obstacle became fuel. You didn't just survive what they put you through. You weaponized it. You turned their ammunition into your armor. This is what terrifies them now. They didn't just fail to destroy you. They made you stronger. Every attack they launched became another layer of your protection. Every challenge they created became another level of your power. Every obstacle they placed in your path became another testimony of your resilience. You were in the cosmic laboratory. While your enemies thought they were breaking you down, you were being refined, purified, elevated. The dross was being burned away. The impurities were being removed. Everything that wasn't aligned with your highest self was being extracted so that what remained was pure essence, pure power, pure purpose. And this alchemization is still happening. Even now you're transforming lower energies into higher frequencies. You're taking the negativity they direct your way and using it to fuel your ascension. This is who you are. This is what you do. You don't just overcome darkness. You transform it into light. You don't just survive attacks. You use them as rocket fuel for elevation. You don't just endure challenges. You extract wisdom from them that makes you more powerful than before. You don't waste anything. Every tear became a testimony. Every wound became wisdom. Every pain became power. Every loss became a lesson. You took the worst they gave and made it your best. You took their curses and turned them into blessings. You took their attacks and transformed them into advantages. You were extracting gold from garbage, finding diamonds in dirt, discovering treasure in trash. Everything they threw at you, thinking it was worthless, became priceless in your hands. Because you have the alchemist touch, the Midas touch, the divine ability to transform whatever you encounter into something valuable, and they're watching this process in real time and losing their minds, because they keep sending poison and you keep producing medicine. They keep throwing stones and you keep building monuments. They keep creating chaos and you keep manifesting order. Nothing they do has the effect they intended. Everything backfires. Everything transforms. Everything becomes part of your testimony instead of your tragedy. Something is happening in the spiritual realm that's causing absolute chaos among your enemies. They just discovered where you rank. They just found out your position in the cosmic hierarchy, and you're not where they thought you were. Not at the bottom, not in the middle. Way higher than they imagined. See, in the spiritual realm, there are levels, ranks, positions of authority and power. These aren't earned through human achievement or worldly success. These are assigned before birth, divine appointments that come with divine backing, and you hold a position that comes with serious spiritual authority. Your enemies operated under false assumptions. They thought you were an easy target, someone they could push around, manipulate, control. They looked at your human circumstances and made judgments about your spiritual rank. They saw struggles and assumed weakness. They saw challenges and assumed powerlessness. But human circumstances don't determine spiritual authority. Your bank account doesn't reflect your cosmic rank. Your relationship status doesn't indicate your divine position. Your current situation doesn't reveal your spiritual elevation. They were looking at the wrong metrics and drawing the wrong conclusions. Now the truth is being revealed. Now they're seeing you through spiritual eyes instead of human eyes. What they're seeing is shaking them to their foundation. They're realizing they didn't attack someone below them. They attacked someone above them. They didn't challenge someone on their level. They challenged someone in a higher spiritual rank. They didn't war against an equal. They went up against someone with more authority, more power, more divine backing than they have. Think about what that means. A private trying to give orders to a general, an entry-level employee trying to fire the CEO, a student trying to grade the professor. That's the level of miscalculation they made. And in the spiritual realm, there are consequences for not recognizing rank. There are repercussions for attacking someone above your spiritual pay grade. The universe is correcting this mistake. It's putting everyone in their proper place. It's showing your enemies exactly where they rank and exactly where you rank, and the gap between those positions is wider than they ever imagined. You're operating with authority they don't have access to. You're backed by forces they can't call on. You're protected by powers they can't penetrate. There are spiritual beings that have been assigned to you since before you took your first breath. These aren't just guardians watching from a distance. These are warriors, enforcers, cosmic authorities that execute divine orders on your behalf, and your enemies just became aware of them. Every time they tried to access you spiritually, they ran into these beings. Every time they sent an attack, these warriors intercepted it. Every time they attempted to manipulate your path, These enforcers rerouted it. Your enemies thought they were fighting you. They were actually fighting an entire spiritual army they couldn't see, and that army never loses. What's devastating them right now is understanding how outmatched they've always been. They brought their little spells and rituals. You had archangels. They brought their amateur conjuring. You had ancestral legions. They brought their jealousy and rage. You had the favor of the Most High backing every step you took. There was never a universe where they could win this. Never a timeline where their attacks would succeed. Never a reality where you wouldn't come out victorious. The hierarchy revelation is destroying their confidence. Because if they were this wrong about you, what else have they been wrong about? If they misread your rank this badly, how many other spiritual laws have they violated without knowing? If the universe set them up to attack someone this protected, what does that say about their own spiritual discernment? They're questioning everything now. Every move they made, every decision they thought was smart, every alliance they formed against you, all of it is being re-evaluated through this new lens of understanding that you were never who they thought you were, and that re-evaluation is breaking them mentally, because it means everything they did was based on false information, built on misperception, rooted in spiritual blindness. Everything they tried to do to you is happening to them. Every curse they sent is manifesting in their own lives. Every negative word they spoke about you is now their reality. Every obstacle they tried to place in your path is now blocking their own progress. They tried to curse your finances. Now their money is draining in ways they can't explain. Bills they didn't expect, expenses they didn't plan for, opportunities falling through at the last minute, deals that looked solid crumbling before their eyes. They're experiencing the financial instability they wished on you, and it's getting worse. They tried to destroy your relationships. Now their connections are falling apart. The person they left you for is showing their true colors. Family members are turning against them. Friends are distancing themselves. They're experiencing the isolation they wanted you to feel, and it's deeper than they ever imagined loneliness could be. They tried to attack your mental health. Now they're the ones who can't sleep. They're having anxiety attacks. They're dealing with depression and confusion. Their minds won't give them peace. The mental torment they tried to inflict on you has become their daily reality. They tried to block your destiny. Now their own paths are completely obstructed. Doors that should open stay closed. Opportunities they're qualified for go to other people. Their plans fall apart. Their dreams stay just out of reach. They're stuck watching everyone else move forward while they're frozen in place. They know it's connected to you. They can feel it. They might not admit it out loud, but in their private moments, in the quiet of their own thoughts, they know. This started when they came for you. This escalated when they intensified their attacks. This became unbearable when they refused to stop. The backfire is so precise, it's almost surgical. The universe isn't just punishing them randomly, it's giving them back exactly what they tried to give you, mirroring their intentions, reflecting their energy, manifesting their own words and actions back onto them with perfect accuracy. They wanted you homeless. Now they're facing housing instability. They wanted you mentally unstable. Now their minds are falling apart. They wanted you financially broken. Now their resources are depleting. They wanted you relationally isolated. Now nobody wants to deal with them. The universe is serving them their own recipe and making them eat every bite. Now let me put you onto something real. Destiny Engine. I built this because I was done watching chosen ones get dragged through betrayal, isolation and attacks, while their enemies strutted around unchecked. I want to help you accelerate the speed of your divine justice and step fully into your purpose. And the beauty of it, you don't even have to lift a finger. Destiny Engine takes their downfall and flips it into your rise. This isn't another meditation app. It's declassified consciousness technology, the same mind programming tools your enemies once used to install fear, competition and scarcity, re-engineered to restore your sovereignty and align you with the cooperative upgraded operating framework. It generates personalized sequences mapped to your divine purpose. The hardest thing you'll do is put on headphones, press play, and watch your enemies keep digging their own grave. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your destiny engine for $1 today and turn everything they did to break you into fuel for your rise. Link in the description. And what's really messing with their minds is they can't find relief. They can't find escape. They can't find loopholes. They're trying everything. Spiritual cleanses, protection spells, reaching out to whoever will listen, claiming they're under attack. But nothing's working. Nothing's stopping it. Nothing's reversing it. Because you can't reverse divine judgment. You can't cleanse yourself from cosmic consequences. You can't protect yourself from universal law. What they set in motion is playing out exactly as it was designed to play out when someone attacks a chosen one, and there's no spiritual hack to stop it, no ritual to reverse it, no prayer to cancel it. They're learning what it means to reap what you sow on a cosmic scale, not just in theory, not just as a concept, but as lived reality, as daily experience, as undeniable proof that the universe doesn't play about its chosen ones, that divine protection is real, that attacking someone carrying God's favor comes with consequences that don't stop just because you're sorry. The person who betrayed you is having second thoughts. They're looking at the situation they're stuck in and comparing it to what they had with you. Suddenly you're looking real good to them. Suddenly they're remembering all your positive qualities. Suddenly they're having regrets about the choice they made. But understand this about their return attempt. They want you back because you've changed. They don't want you back because they've changed. They're coming back because they see your elevation and they want access to it. They're watching you from the outside, through social media, through mutual connections, through the spiritual grapevine where energy travels and people talk. However they're watching, they can see you're different now. They see you're rising. They see you're glowing. They see you're thriving without them, and it's killing them. So they're crafting their return strategy. Maybe a message starting with "I've been thinking about you." Maybe showing up in places they know you'll be. Maybe reaching out through third parties. Maybe full-on spiritual manipulation, trying to enter your dreams or pull on your heartstrings through energetic cords. What's really happening is they're experiencing discomfort and looking for relief. They're in pain and looking for a painkiller. They're failing and looking for a safety net. They remember you were the solution to their problems before. You were the one who held them down. You were the one who provided stability. They're in hell right now. That person they chose over you. That situation is falling apart in ways they never predicted. The illusion is crumbling. The mask is slipping. They're seeing the emptiness behind the facade, the toxicity behind the charm, the manipulation behind the attraction, the door they walked out of locked behind them, and the universe has the only key. And the universe isn't handing that key over just because they're uncomfortable. The universe is watching to see if you'll honor yourself enough to keep that door locked. If you'll value yourself enough to not accept scraps from someone who threw you away. They're looking at you like rescue, like salvation from the hell they created. They're thinking if they can just get back to you, everything will be okay again. They'll be stable again. They'll be blessed again. They'll have access to your peace, your power, your divine covering again. But that's not how this works. You have angelic reinforcement, beings of light assigned specifically to you. They're not just watching, they're actively intervening. When your enemies try to send negative energy, these angels intercept it. When attacks are launched in the spiritual realm, these beings block them. When people try to access you who shouldn't have access, these protectors close the doors. You have ancestral backing. The spirits of those who came before you, who paved the way for you, who made sacrifices so you could exist, are invested in your success. They're working on your behalf in realms you can't see. They're clearing paths. They're opening doors. They're removing obstacles. They're fighting battles while you sleep. You have divine favor. The universe itself has marked you as one of its chosen vessels. This isn't something you earned through good behavior. This isn't something you achieved through spiritual practice. This is something you were born with, a divine appointment that came with your soul when you entered this physical realm. This protection operates on multiple levels. On the physical level, you're being kept safe from harm. Accidents that should happen don't happen. Dangerous situations you walk into somehow work out in your favor. People who mean you harm find themselves unable to get close to you. On the mental level, you're protected from manipulation. Mind games that work on other people don't work on you. Gaslighting tactics that confuse others don't confuse you. Psychological warfare that breaks others down doesn't penetrate your mental fortress. On the spiritual level, you're shielded from attacks that would devastate someone without your protection. Curses bounce off you. Spells backfire before they reach you. Negative energy sent your way gets returned to sender before it can affect you. You're operating in a bubble of divine light that darkness can't penetrate. It gets stronger the more they attack you. Every attempt they make to break through your defenses actually reinforces them. Every curse they send adds another layer to your shield. Every attack they launch increases the power of your protection. They're discovering this the hard way. They're realizing nothing they try works. Nothing penetrates. Nothing sticks. You're like trying to punch water, like trying to grab smoke, like trying to curse the wind. Their attacks pass right through you, or bounce right back at them, but they never land on you the way they're supposed to. And this is making them question everything. If you're this protected, what does that say about your connection to Source? If their strongest attacks can't touch you, what level of divine backing do you actually have? If the universe defends you this aggressively, what's your real assignment? What's your actual purpose? What are you really here to do? These questions are haunting them because the answers terrify them. You're not just protected, you're fortified. You're not just backed, you're championed. You're not just chosen, you're essential to cosmic plans they can't even comprehend, and they just attacked someone essential to God's agenda. Someone the universe needs in position, someone whose success is written into the fabric of reality itself. The protection around you isn't just defensive, it's offensive. It doesn't just block attacks, it counterattacks. It doesn't just shield you, it strikes back. This is why the backfire is so intense. This is why their consequences are so severe. This is why they can't escape what they set in motion. Your protection has weapons, has strategies, has intelligence. It's not passive, it's active. It's not waiting, it's moving. It's not defensive, it's dominant. And they're experiencing what it means to come up against protection that fights back harder than they attacked. They thought they were coming for you. They were actually coming for every ancestral warrior assigned to you, every angelic being backing you, every divine force protecting you, every cosmic power invested in your success. They thought it was one-on-one. It was them versus an army, and that army just destroyed them while you kept walking in peace. While they're falling apart, you're rising up. While they're experiencing consequences, you're experiencing elevation. While they're stuck, you're ascending. The contrast between your trajectory and theirs is becoming impossible to ignore. You're seeing things differently now. Your perception has shifted. Things that used to bother you don't even register anymore. Drama that used to pull you in now seems beneath your notice. People who used to occupy your thoughts don't even cross your mind. You've ascended past the level where their negativity can reach you. You're moving differently. Your decisions are clearer. Your boundaries are stronger. Your self-worth is solid. You know who you are now. You understand what you carry. You recognize your worth. And you're not accepting anything less than what you deserve. You're attracting different things. Opportunities that match your new frequency are appearing. People who can recognize your light are being drawn to you. Situations that align with your purpose are opening up. The universe is rearranging your entire reality to match the internal transformation you've undergone. You're experiencing peace that doesn't make sense based on your circumstances. You should be stressed. You should be worried. You should be anxious. But instead you're calm. You're centered. You're grounded in the knowing that everything is working out exactly as it should. This peace is what's really driving them crazy. They thought you'd be broken. You're whole. They thought you'd be bitter. You're free. They thought you'd be stuck. You're soaring. They thought you'd be angry. You're at peace. Everything they predicted about how you'd respond to their betrayal and attacks turned out wrong. They're watching this transformation, and it's breaking something in them. Because they remember when they had influence over you, when their opinions mattered to you, when their approval meant something, and now you move through life like they don't exist. This is the elevation that's making them realize God set them up, because if you can thrive this much without them, what were they really contributing when they were in your life? If you can glow this bright in their absence, were they dimming your light when they were present? Your elevation is showing them they never knew your capacity. They never understood your resilience. They never recognized your power. They thought they were dealing with someone who would crumble. They had no idea they were dealing with someone who would alchemize their attacks into ascension, someone who would transform their betrayal into breakthrough, someone who would use their departure as a doorway to destiny. The universe is preparing to publicly vindicate you. Everything done to you in secret is about to be exposed in public. Every lie told about you is about to be contradicted by your obvious success. Every limitation they tried to place on you is about to be shattered by your breakthrough. Your enemies are about to watch you step into everything they said you'd never achieve. They're about to see you become everything they said you'd never be. They're about to witness you receive everything they said you didn't deserve. Promotion is coming. Breakthrough is imminent. Elevation is inevitable. It's going to be so obvious, so undeniable, so spectacular, that everyone who doubted you will have to eat their words. Everyone who counted you out will have to acknowledge they were wrong. Everything that was taken from you is being restored, but it's not coming back the same. It's coming back upgraded, multiplied, better than it was before. Because the universe doesn't just give you back what you lost, it compensates you for what you endured. Your enemies are going to have front row seats to your vindication. They're going to watch the universe prove them wrong about you. They're going to see divine favor manifest in your life in ways they can't explain away or diminish. They're going to witness your elevation. What's coming for you is going to make everything you've been through make sense. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment you questioned if you could keep going, it's all been building to this moment, this breakthrough, this vindication that's so public and undeniable that no one can question it. The universe is about to show them exactly who they were messing with. It's about to reveal what happens when you come against someone carrying divine purpose. It's about to demonstrate what protection looks like when it's activated at the highest levels. Your vindication is their education. Your elevation is their demonstration. Your breakthrough is their breakdown. Because watching you win after everything they did to try to make you lose, that's a special kind of torture, the kind that teaches lessons that can't be unlearned. And the beauty of it is, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to defend anything. The universe is handling all of that for you. Your only job is to keep walking in your purpose, keep standing in your power, keep claiming your position. Your enemies know now what they should have known from the beginning. You're not someone they can play with, not someone they can manipulate, not someone they can destroy. You're covered by the Most High. You're backed by the universe. You're protected by forces they can't fight against. They're pissed that God tricked them, pissed that the universe used their attacks to elevate you, pissed that they're stuck in consequences while you're stepping into blessings, pissed that they're losing while you're winning, But their anger changes nothing, their regret reverses nothing, their realization repairs nothing. The cosmic wheels are in motion. Divine justice is being served. Universal law is being fulfilled, and you're rising into your rightful position. So what do you do now? You keep rising, you keep elevating, you keep becoming who you were always meant to be. Don't look back at people who couldn't see your value. Don't dim your light to make anyone comfortable. You shine fully, completely, unapologetically. You collect everything that's yours, every blessing, every opportunity, every connection, every resource, every gift. You carry yourself like royalty, because in the cosmic hierarchy you speak with authority, because divine backing gives you that right. The attacks made you stronger, the betrayals made you wiser, the challenges made you more powerful, the opposition made you more determined. Everything they meant for evil, the universe used for your good. Now you're standing on the other side of the battle, victorious, elevated, and unstoppable. They thought they could break you, they thought they could stop you, but they forgot one crucial thing. You're not a regular person. You never were, and now everyone knows it. The universe just revealed its hand. You're holding all the winning cards. The game is over. You won. Case closed. Now step into your victory with your head held high, your heart at peace, and your spirit unshakable. Your enemies are aware now. They know who you are. They understand what you carry. They recognize the anointing on your life. All they can do is watch. Watch you rise. Watch you win. Watch you walk into everything they tried to keep you from. Watch you become everything they said you wouldn't be. Watch you receive everything they thought you didn't deserve. Now go collect everything that's rightfully yours. Walk in your power. Step into your purpose. Claim your position. And watch as the universe continues to prove that messing with a chosen one is the biggest mistake anyone can make. You are protected. You are powerful. You are chosen. You are unstoppable. And absolutely nothing can change that. This ain't for no regular person. This is for you. The chosen one who conquered every battle, the alchemist who transformed every attack, the divine being who stood in power and claimed their rightful position, the master who aced every test, the warrior who trampled over serpents, the light that couldn't be dimmed. You stood in the fire and came out gold. You walked through the valley and emerged victorious. You faced the darkness and became the light. You endured the storm and became the calm. This is who you are. This is what you carry. And now that they see it, now that they understand what they were really up against, all they can do is deal with the consequences of their miscalculation. All they can do is watch from the outside as you claim everything that's yours. The cosmic memo has been sent. The divine decree has been issued. The universal law has been activated. And every single being in the spiritual realm now knows you are protected. You are powerful. You are untouchable. God tricked them perfectly. He used their attacks as assignments, their curses as catalysts, their opposition as orchestration, and now they're standing in the aftermath of their own actions, realizing too late that they were pawns in a divine plan that was always designed to elevate you. Welcome to the other side. Your greatest chapter is just beginning.